What's up, movie trivia Schmoedown fans? This is Inside Schmoedown. Former two-time movie trivia Schmoedown champion Mark Yodi Reilly is sitting in for Ken Napzok. That's right. We're working out some contract issues here right now. Thad has put me in charge because Ken Napzok, well, we're dealing with Ken Napzok right now. So I'm going to sit in his place right now. We have two big matches to discuss. First off, and in honor of The Last Jedi opening later, we did have a fatal five-way of the Star Wars movie trivia Schmoedown match. Man, these competitors came out to play, and what a match it was. Steele Saunders, Shauna O'Neill, Alex Damon from Star Wars Explained, and of course, Joseph Scrimshaw taking on Sam Witwer, the warrior, the man, the myth, the legend. As you guys know, Sam Witwer came out victorious. He's going to play the current Schmoedown Star Wars champion, which, of course, is Ken Napzok. He's going to take him on. He has challenged him to a sort of Iron Man match. We don't know what we're going to do yet, but we do know that Sam Witwer is going to take on Ken Napzok. So, guys, what you saw there is probably the best in the business when it comes to Star Wars knowledge. I myself was in the rafters watching this display of talent. I can't believe it. I don't know what you guys think of your Star Wars knowledge. Do you think you could have matched up to any of these competitors? Every single one of them brought something special. They killed it. But, of course, Sam Witwer, he's a dangerous one, that star killer. He can come out. He knows so much knowledge when it comes to Star Wars. He was the inevitable victor, and he's going to take on Ken Napzok, who did turn to the dark side. So we will see. We have Star Killer, the light side of the Force, who's going to take on Ken Napzok. And I mean, let's talk about that. I mean, that kind of leads us right to what happened, our second match that we're discussing here on Inside Schmoedown, which is Blofeld's Cat taking on Nerd's Watch of Rachel Cushing. And Ken Napzok, well, it didn't go that way. It did not go that way. What happened was, where was Ken? Yeah, I was there. I was at the table. I was calling the match with Christian Harloff, and Ken Napzok was a no-show. Where was he? We don't really know. We'll get there. Rachel Cushing had to take on two people at once. It was a handicap match. She had to do it. She wanted to do it. She is Rachel the Crusher. That's why we gave her name. And she hung in there. My God, I thought she could actually take it away from these guys. Mark Andranko, Robert Meyer Burnett, these guys are tough. They were tough, but Rachel Cushing hung in there. And a lot of you, I see you online, coming to Rachel's defense, and my God, you should. Rachel the Crusher is somebody to take serious in this league, and you saw it with this match with Nerd's Watch. She was represented all by her lonesome, and she hung in there. What a fantastic competitor. You guys, I know you're coming to her defense. I know you're talking about Rachel and what Ken did, because as we found out at the end of this match, I work with this guy. Ken Napzok left his partner. He left his partner. He didn't show up, and then he turned on her. And what did he do? He joined the Lion's Den. And what I love to see out there happening right now with all the Crusher fans is they're coming in her to defense. They're saying that she is probably going to be a champion one day. I believe that myself. I think she's gonna do something special. She has a very bright future in front of her. Because of her performance against Blofeld's Cat, she is probably one of the best players we've ever seen in the Schmoedown, and I gotta hand it to her. And so what we have now is, oh, look at this.
Hey!
Well, you know what? It is.
Wow, look at that. A little crackling in here, Cody. Fix that, all right?
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
But I am wondering what you're doing here, because Thad had placed a gauntlet down saying you can't do this. You can't do Inside Schmoedown anymore.
Absolutely. Me and my legal team did receive a notice that I could no longer host Inside Schmoedown. Host, that's a very specific word. My legal team is working to repeal that, move that back, but I'm here now as a guest. I'm so happy to be here because I heard you trying to explain the truth, Mark Reilly. I've known you a long time. I respect you as a champion. I respect you as a friend and coworker, but I can't, even with those things in my brain about how I feel about you, I can't listen to you not explain the truth.
Okay, Ken. Good, because I've known you a long time.
Yes.
We share an office. We shared an office.
Shared, yes. Thanks for moving out and giving me the space.
I had to take a little breather from you, but I think everybody can. Okay, if you're going to be the guest and I'll be the host, we'll put on these hats.
Sure.
We'll wear the different hats today.
Let's do it.
I'm going to ask what I think everybody wants to know.
Yeah.
Why?
Why?
Why, Ken Napzok?
Why? You know, let me counter that with why not? Let me counter that with it was a long time coming. Let me counter with I've sat up here and I've played the game. I've been the good little corporate shill for this thing, and I love the movie trivia Schmoedown. I love the competition. I love having the respect as a champion, as the movie trivia Star Wars champion here.
That you
but
are.
I also have to sit back and deal with a lot of disrespect, and there's only so much you can take. There's only so many times the prodigal son's brother can watch the prodigal son get heaps and heaps of rewards for being a ne'er-do-well and a failure when I'm over here doing everything right. And I was over here doing everything right, hosting the show, watching, getting all the notes, stealing stats from Frank Janisch. I was doing it all. I was doing it all. I was even being nice to Cody Hall and Adam Smith. I was doing it all.
You should be nice to those guys.
I was in position, a good position, to be moved up into a position of power, the commissionership. And I am the guy. I am the choice. And that was one final disrespect too much. And that disrespect also goes to the Crusher, who is, you're right, Rachel the Crusher Cushing is a spectacular competitor. Look what she almost did. She almost beat 2 competitors. That was impressive. I'm sitting there watching that going, man, she'd be a great partner for someone else, because it's not me, because she didn't treat me right as a partner in the end.
Okay,
we had some great times. We had some great times, all right? Sorry, man, I'm like a fish song. I'm running a little long in the middle 8.
Do it.
Here
Get it out.
She's a good choice. I did lose my smile. I did lose my smile. I did feel bad. I think she's a spectacular competitor. But I'm sitting there watching her get this offer from Jay Washington, who you know, is upset that I refer to him and the Misfits as a second-rate team. But until you get a title around your belt, Jay, you're not in the main event. You're not closing it. You're opening that curtain. You know what that means, Jay. You know what it means to be a curtain jerk. And that's what the Misfits are right now. Win a title, maybe you change my mind. Maybe you change my mind. She had that offer. She should have recognized right away where the true glory could be found. Instead, she took her time. She took her time. What does that mean to me, Mark Reilly? When someone's taking their time, that means you're weighing me versus them. That shouldn't be a choice. This should be the direction you go. We're on the freeway heading north towards defeating the Patriots, and you want to go off here and hang out with the Misfits? Oh, then you decide, never mind, I'll stay on this journey. So that is part of the decision, Mark Reilly, that I made for myself. I made for myself.
Okay. All right. Well, to quote Obi-Wan Kenobi, you were supposed to destroy the Sith, not join them.
Oh,
now, a lot of people are going to compare some Star Wars quotes and some Star Wars legends to who you are. You are the current Star Wars Schmoedown champion.
Oh, did you need that reminder?
Bring the belts out, because you are going to be defending this belt.
Yeah.
You are going to have to take on Sam Whitwer. You told us why against Rachel. Do you have any... Do you have any kind of feelings, Rachel? Like, do you feel bad for Rachel? Do you think she's going to be okay?
I feel bad for Rachel, the Crusher Cushing, because this is potentially a future champion if she can get her head in the game.
Okay.
But she got distracted by what was going on. She got distracted by Jay. And look, it's distracting. When Jay's yelling in your ear, that's a level of volume that's not acceptable in normal social situations. That I understand. But she's now, I feel sorry for her, because she's robbed of any future glory. It will never be as big and as good and as great as it could have been if the Nerds Watch had stayed together.
All right. I mean, you know, I understand. These belts, they're kind of like the Ring of Power. If you get it, you kind of want to keep it all to yourself for a while. Yeah. Is that where you're going with that? Well, has it corrupted you at all?
Corrupted me. Let me ask you this question. Two-time former movie trivia Schmoedown champion. When you held those belts, and I'm sure you probably caressed those belts at night, you probably held it, you probably took pictures with it that can't be shown on the internet. Did you ever at one point think, I wouldn't mind losing this belt? No. I take this Star Wars championship very seriously. This carries a lot of credibility with it. I've been at parties. I've been at parties around social circles. Do you know Sam Witwer? I do. Sam's a great guy. Very talented voice actor there. Oh, you know, he's perfect at Star Wars trivia. Not to be like, perfect? Perfect?
Well, yeah, he's good. You're also there it is.
That perfection. This is how much this means to me. And after a while, it became a little bit about me. A little bit like, what do I do for me's and mine? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get it, Anakin. Anakin Skywalker.
Anakin. That's right.
Falls to the dark side. Okay, falling to dark sides aside, you are going to take on Sam Witwer. What do you think about your competitor? You mentioned that people say he's perfect. Now, you did beat him at one point at the Star Wars Celebration panel. Yeah. But you have to do a rematch. How do you take on this competitor, Sam Witwer?
On December 22nd of 2017, in the year of our Lord, I will face Sam Witwer in a one-on-one challenge. And I've heard there's some other stipulations he's trying to get in there. I don't get bogged down by that because I have confidence in myself. Now, about Sam, let me tell you something. I have absolute respect for Sam Witwer as a competitor. I'm not dumb, Mark Reilly. This title doesn't make you dumb. It only makes you better. It makes you smarter. It makes you see things for the way they really are. Sam Witwer is an absolute genius of Star Wars trivia, which is why defeating him means that much more. That is what I intend to do on December 22nd of this year, the Schmoedown Spectacular, the second one. This is going to be the only match people will remember because I know what I'm going to bring to it. And when I walk in here with the Lion's Den behind me, all of you might have trouble understanding that, but that's because you exhibit LB, loser behavior.
Oh, I hear a certain voice in your voice there, bringing up the references of course, whoever that guy is, Dagnino. Okay.
You could say the name. Okay. I know it sits in your mouth like a bile, but
Tom
Dagnino is a fine wine. Once you really start to take a sip of his knowledge, take into your brain, into your heart what he is preaching, you start to see things the way they really are. Okay. And I studied the Patriots. I studied the Lions Den. I talked of their hubris. I talked of their shortcomings.
And then you joined them.
But then I realized I'm looking at winners. And do I want to look in the mirror and see myself as a winner or continue to be a loser with someone who wasn't sure about our future? They were sure about my future. That is why I chose them.
Well, they have some champions now in their faction. Calling Dagnino a fine wine. I've drank Charles Shaw. That is not a fine wine. So, okay, I get it. I hear you. It's interesting. I'm not happy about it. I'm your friend. I'll see what happens. I'm going to remain on the sidelines. I will look, I will watch, and I will see what shakes out in this Schmoedown, including your spectacular match with Sam Witwer.
The Schmoedown Spectacular is going to be spectacular. That's why we call it that. You mentioned something. You mentioned a great point. You're not happy with it. You're not happy with it. I've heard.
A lot of fans are not.
I've heard all the voices.
What do you say to these fans that are not happy?
I've heard all these voices on social media. I've seen what they've been posting in the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Facebook group. I've seen all my mentions on Twitter. Numerous, by the way. Yeah. A lot of attention being paid to me right now, as it should be. But I've seen, and a lot of you are just what Mark Reilly said, not happy. You're not happy with it. Well, guess what? My happiness is not built on your happiness. My happiness is built on this title and what I know my future is with the Lion's Den.
Oh, all right. Well, lots of things thrown out today, Ken.
Lots of things.
I can understand. I can't understand. I'm sorry. I'm trying to.
Again, I don't need you to understand.
I know
Mark
you don't.
Reilly.
I know you don't.
I don't need Rachel the Crusher Cushing to understand.
And I'm here.
I don't need Thad Contract Williams to understand anything. I don't need Cody freaking Hall, who's going to fall to the professor. I don't need him to understand. I just need me to understand.
Well, you have a plan, and that I respect that. Any good competitor in the Schmoedown has a plan. They're strong personalities. I understand what it's like to win a belt. I've won them twice. So I understand where you're coming from, but I don't like the journey. I don't like what it's going. I'm just putting it out there. A lot of fans are on here right now asking why, but you told them why. Do you care what these fans think at all?
No, I don't. But I don't mean that in some disrespectful, I don't care about the fans. You fans make this league. We want you to be entertained. We want this. Ratings are important. Ratings are important. But guess what? When millions and millions of people tuned in to WrestleMania 1, they weren't there to watch Hulk Hogan win. They were there to watch Roddy Piper lose. And I know you guys want me to lose now. I see the chat room right now. I see the numbers, better numbers than when I was sitting over here playing nice. Now I'm being truthful. Now I'm being honest. Now it is about this, and it is about me.
Okay, well, it's a must-see match. You versus Sam Witwer. It's like Anakin taking on Obi-Wan Kenobi, or Anakin taking on Darth Maul, or Anakin taking on the Emperor. You have two titans in the Schmoedown with Star Wars knowledge. This is a must-see at the Spectacular, December 22nd. December 22nd, you are going to be risking it all against Sam Witwer. Do the fans say good luck? They do not. They are rooting for Sam, it looks like, but you do have some fans there. That's fine. We do have coming up tomorrow, we have a Schmoedown ranking special. We're going to get all into it. All the competitors, all the teams, ranking it all out. What is shaking up to be one of the best spectaculars we have of all time. That's right, coming up December 22nd. So, guys, for Inside Schmoedown, make sure you mark your calendars. This is going to be a good one. Ken Napzok, any last words?
This was fun watching you practice to host this show. That's great.
That's nice. Yeah, I deserve that, I guess. All right, guys. Well, thank you for tuning in to Inside Schmoedown. For Ken Napzok, I'm Mark Yodi Reilly. We will see you next week on Inside Schmoedown. See you then.